Welcome back to another race in CRF3, this time around the beautiful Suzuka circuit in Japan. And this time I'm also joined in the commentary booth by none other than my tier 2 teammate, Luel Fusion.
Hello everyone, I'm back in the commentary booth after an extended period of absence, mainly due to moving house, but also due to illness. Can't wait to see Tier 3, second race of the season. Gonna be a good one, I think.
Yeah, based on tier 1 and 2, there could be a lot of chaos happening. Tier 1 was definitely interesting in terms of driving standards, I will have to say that.
Tier 1 is always interesting in terms of driver standards, so...
Also, tier 2 had a pretty good race, actually, in terms of fighting for wins and pretty great on-track action as well.
But yeah, unfortunately I missed the Tier 2 race, so I haven't actually done much practice on this track, don't really know how it's going to go. I'm looking forward to it anyway, though.
Yeah, as quali has now started.
Who are the favourites then? So obviously we've had one race this season. I know Big T took the dub, but anyone else that you've seen strikes you as someone who may stand a chance of getting pole in this qualifying session?
Well, the main fight at the end in Bahrain was between Ethan and Big T, with the fight going down to the last lap. So, you know, I'm having to say one of those two so far based on last race.
Okay, it'll be interesting then to see if that battle shows its head again, or if maybe someone else like, I don't know, Andy Ring, Der Wolf, they were both fast last season. See if they can get back in. Labrat Dan, of course, as well.
Yep. But Labadan, he didn't seem to... He had the pace, but got kind of screwed last race, so I would like to see where his actual pace is now.
Yeah, alright.
He got screwed off the launch by Kia having connection issues and his AI taking the launch and driving directly to the left into Andy Ring. No, Labadan, I mean.
That's suboptimal.
It is very suboptimal. As it seems the first driver will probably be Pias? Yes.
It is Pias 07.
He seems to have decent pace actually as well. Oh, I wouldn't say he's a top fighter, but he's definitely top of midfield.
Yeah, he's always been a fast driver. It's been his consistency and his racecraft which have been more called into question than his outright pace, I think.
As we have Biscuit saying hello, Druckmann saying Druckmann, and Swifty saying g'day, as we will now be starting our first lap of this qualifying session with Pius very soon. He takes a wide entry into the first lap, getting as much momentum as possible. I would say stay most of the middle down the main straight due to the high amount of bumps, but he can do what he wants. Flat out turn 1, fast turn 2. Now going into the very tricky S's where basically every single curb can kill this game except for the first one, which gives you nice rotation. Riding them, but I would say he's probably being cautious on top of the curbs. As he's now exiting the SS flat out left-hander, heading towards the flat out deck no 1. Let's see, does he... Seems to go flat out, nice sliding. Down into deck no 2, doesn't hit the inside curb, which is kind of good. Doesn't go wide either. Now into the hairpin, this is a tricky hairpin. You get a lot of
corners on the track, I think it's fair to say. You got to really know what you're doing through there, you know, on the brakes especially in the race, in traffic, easy to lock up, hit the back of someone else, cause a chain reaction.
Exactly. Very, very tricky. We're going through spoon curve now. Spoon 1 and then spoon 2. Very fast. Can actually be done by esports drivers without braking, basically. Surprisingly enough. It's now going down to 1 foot, yeah, flat out in F1 cars. No trouble for them. Where Fernando Alonso once made his legendary move on Michael Schumacher. It's now going into the last chicane, Casio triangle. Rides the curbs quite nicely. Now he has taken a tight line to the line. He sets a 29 flat. Not bad for his first lap, actually. I'm hearing some drivers struggling with getting that normally. Ferrari fan just beating him out.
Oh, wow. Very close between the first 3 lap times, to be fair. What lap time do you expect to be a pole-worthy time? Obviously, what was Tier 2 pole like, Daredevil?
Tier 2 pole was by Fridge, who set a 27.5, and then who had a 3/10 gap to P2, which was me. But I don't... From what I'm hearing, drivers are struggling with the track. like drivers like Big T struggling, but I heard Ethan got a 27.8 in practice, so you know, you could probably I would expect some 28s.
If pole was a 27.5 in tier 2, then history would tell us it'll be around a 28.0 pole. Tier 3 normally half a second off tier 2's pole time, and then about the same again to tier 1.
Yep. I think Crack now is next across the line, keeping it nice and tight as he sets a 29 flat, very close at the top so far. As we then have El Angels crossing the line, and then
Ooh,
Lab Rat
Pius.
Dan setting at
Pius is doing some
28.5.
Pius is doing some lawn mowing over at Spoon for some reason. Anyway.
Lab Rat Dan setting at 28.5, 5/10 faster than the P2 right now. Great lap by the Alpine driver.
We mentioned him earlier as someone who could definitely get a pole here, definitely be more competitive than he sounded like he was in Bahrain, and there we go.
As we now have Ferrari fan. Well, he's on mediums actually.
Well,
Now
that
the
puts him
question
in
is,
good stead.
did he set that previous lap time on mediums? He did, I think.
Is he doing another lap now on these mediums?
He
then?
is.
Obviously, let's see if he can get any improvement.
But
Saving a set of softs for the race, I assume then.
yeah, 29 flat on a medium is pretty good actually. As we now have a McLaren, we now have Big T starting his lap soon.
Ferrari fan basically on par with his first lap through the first sector here, so mediums are sticking with them for a second lap at least, it seems.
Yep, as I think we have.
We have Kessler getting out of the way, it looks like.
Yep.
Yes.
He's
validated.
I can't tell between the Avicas and Red Bulls anymore.
There's... Yes.
And now have Mercedes crossing line. I think that's Harvey setting a 29.7. Good lap by him.
And Rapid over 28 as well.
Kia, also mediums, setting a 29.7. A good bit slower than Ferrari fan on mediums. Ferrari fan having great pace on those mediums so far. As Ferrari fan seems to be the next driver to be crossing the line. Let's see. Oh, he has backed off.
We have Kezen in the Aston Martin here. Coming through the first sector now.
Yep. Keep it clean through the SS. Very tricky now.
Oh, the car's twitching a lot there.
I would say he looks like he's on controller.
Or keyboard.
I would hope not keyboard, to be honest. As actually,
I mean, it would be more impressive.
yeah. As actually the next driver to cross the line is going to be Big T. Let's see, can he do a nice lap? He's setting a purple middle sector, it says. Flashing already, though, so has used too much battery. Right in the and invalidates. Goes directly into the pit lane.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. You obviously want your first bank lap to be solid so that you can rely on it going forwards.
Let's see what the new driver Curly can do. A 30.4. Not the best lap. But still not the worst either.
Still nearly 2 seconds ahead of Al Angel, whose first lap really not to par.
Yeah, as the next driver to cross line would be Kia, but I think, yeah, he's on an in lap.
Got Kesden here coming through the final. Chicane to finish his lap.
He's going to set a 30.6. Not a great lap either.
No.
People seem to be struggling with this track. I've completely missed Rapid setting a 28.8 at some point. Living up to his name of being Rapid, as we now have Liam going through the final corners, but I think he is boxing. Yes, he is.
Most people now having done their first run. I think it's only Harvey here.
No.
Currently on a run.
He could be, yeah. Let's see his sector 1 split.
Definitely pushing.
He is on a run, yeah.
Purple sector 1.
But is that deceiving? Because he didn't improve that much, so this game has shown to be deceiving before. Into a tricky hairpin. It's easy to lock up and easy to get too early on throttle on the exit as well.
Look clean. Didn't have a snap on exit or any lock up on entry.
Flat out right-hander into the very fast and very popular spoon curve.
Yeah, one of my favorite corners in the game. You have to really...
Oh, and he goes way wide.
Yeah. I was about to say, you have to really turn in early and trust the car there, and he clearly didn't.
As let's see the next Ethan on an outlap here. Other cars could be Harvey. He's probably boxing. Oh, I would say the next driver. No, it can't be Ethan. Could it be Kia? No outlap. Let's see where Andy
So,
Wing is.
really have to say at this point in qualifying, it looks like Labrat Dan
Ooh.
and Rapid are clear of the rest of the field, especially Labrat Dan.
Did
Half a second to
Labrador
three.
just block their wolf a little bit
Ooh.
into Deckner 2? Let's hope not.
You mean Andy Rain? Because Labrat Dan's in
Andy
the pits.
Wing. Oh yeah, Andy Wing. My bad. Did Andy Wing just slightly block their wolf? That would not be ideal. Let's see what their wolf will do. He's being kind of cautious through Spoon, I would say. Not really using all of the curb in the middle of it.
Let's see if he's gained any time though as he comes through the second sector.
No, he's
down
3
3
times
tenths.
down.
Unless he's saved a lot of battery here, I don't see any improvement.
Let's see. No, he boxes.
That's a shame for Wolf. Anyone else coming up to do the second runs? We've got Ferrari fan Purple in the first sector, up by 3.5 tenths now that he's on the softs. This could be a pole worthy lap.
Ferrari fan having shown pace before, but just not having had the luck with last race. The finale of last season, having bad luck with safety car. He had the pace, but has been not that luckiest driver on the grid. Let's see, can he prove his worth this race?
Wow. As I went on board with him, you could really hear him playing with the throttle through Spoon.
Yeah. See,
Half
half
a
a
second
second down. Up, I mean, yeah.
This could be provisional pole.
He also
This
has
is
a lot of
minute
time
improvement.
from the soft tires and the chicane. I'll say this is probably provisional pole right now. 28.3.
There we go.
Faster than some tier 2 drivers, can't lie.
That's a very good lap for Ferrari fan, 97.
Yeah. We have a Big T. Big T, 28 flat. Great lap by McLaren driver. Showing why he's definitely one of the title contenders for this season.
The championship leader at the moment, of course.
Yeah. You have Kia. 3 tenths improvement on his lap so far.
Kragner as well, up by nearly 2 tenths. Through sector 1.
Kia up by 7 tenths through sector 2.
Wow, we've got a lot of improvement coming here. Kragner now up by 3
But
tenths.
Kia was
as well.
also one of the drivers that did mediums on his first run, so...
Yeah, let's see where he goes. I reckon he's going to go into the mid-28s with this lap. Yeah, there we go.
28.6 P4. He's not a fast driver.
Is the track improving, or are the drivers just putting down better laps?
A bit of both, I think. I also think it'll be a mixture of both, as drivers getting confident with the track, getting more grip from the track, getting rubbered in.
It's interesting to see that anyone who's not out now is not going to get 2 runs in. So it's like Rapid only going for the 1 run. Same for Labrat Dan. So Andy Ring did do 2 runs, I believe. Kinnian, I think, has only done 1 run. So a couple of drivers opting to just do the 2 runs in qualifying rather than 3, maybe saving a set of softs for the race.
Yeah, although softs, they don't last that long in the race, that's the thing.
No, but it's interesting to see some people obviously thinking about maybe saving a set of softs in case it's a late safety car. That sort of thing.
Who would be the next across the line? Kia has already finished his lap.
I believe it'll be one of the Haas's.
No, he
Pias
is...
starting a lap.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if it's on a lap right now. That would be a... Would that be Crackner right now? Yes, that is Crackner going through Spoon, but he's...
He's done a lap already.
Yeah. He's on an in lap.
Would it be No.
It wouldn't be the Mercedes. Wouldn't be Kesslin.
I'm not sure anyone is on a lap at this current moment. Oh, apart from Pias, Jesus. So he has a massive snap through the first sector. Completely lost the car.
And he's backed off.
He's backed off, charging his
Going
battery.
onto the grass a little bit again. Just dipping a tire into it.
Yeah, I just caught the second half of that. As he completely lost control of the car, but managed to get it together before he speared off into the barrier.
Yeah.
Which can happen relatively easily in the first sector.
You can have it very easily because the curbs, they're like ice. You just touch them and you're gone.
Is the Wolf here doing his last run already?
He might be. I don't think he has time. He doesn't have time to get back in, so this will be his final run of the session. He has
He's
a
up by half a
4/10
second.
improvement.
Well, sorry, 4/10. That would
Into,
jump him up the order nicely.
yeah, into Casio Triangle. Nice exit. Now stick tight till the inside. 28.7 P5 for their Wolf.
And that is probably the first driver done in the session. He got out early, head of the pack.
Yep.
Got
Fast
some
boxing.
clean track.
Hoping to be able to get the turnaround, get it going quickly. Although I don't think he will make it.
I think it'd be good because with a lap time of a minute and a half, he has over a minute to do
Yeah.
the turnaround, which I think should be good. It's not about 45 seconds. We got a couple of cars now on their warm-up laps. Rapid behind his teammate, interestingly enough.
Yep, we
Oh,
also.
sorry, no, behind on the Aston Martins is actually.
Yep, also have Ferrari fan starting his lap first, but
Let's go on board with him then for a lap.
Yeah. As the Ferrari engine now has a different sound after the patch today, so you'll have to enjoy the, in my opinion, better sound of Ferrari engine. You're scratching across the asphalt. Nice turn 1 and 2, in my opinion. He'll have to breathe through some traffic ahead, though. Hopefully they get out of the way nicely. That lap is now done.
Just a little bit of CRF news has just come through. Kian, P4, currently in this qualifying session, has just been signed by Alpine in Tier 2. So this will be his last Tier 3 race.
It is indeed, and also, Batman, who sadly couldn't race today, is also signed into CRF2 after the last race. As we had both Sebi and Grease leave CRF2 due to not having fun in the game anymore.
Very understandable.
So yeah, I do think Kia could be, after he was serving in Bahrain Tier 2, so I think he could be a good addition to the grid.
In Bahrain, he was very competitive early on in the race. I think he fell off in the second stint, but it was right out there in the leading pack.
Does Farzan still have improvement? I
Let's
doubt he would have. He's 3/10 down, 4/10 down. This is not an improved lap by him.
Put purple in the middle sector, apparently.
Yeah.
Must have lost all the time in the first sector.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, he's really, yeah, he really sent it there.
You can really cut that corner, actually.
Look at the traffic through Spoon at the moment.
That looks horrendous to be driving in.
Keslan has invalidated, fortunately. He would have had an amazing top his teammate. Let's see. Liam himself is down. I'm not sure if maybe the Aston Martins tripped over themselves there. I'll have to find out later.
The first driver would be lap at that. Dan, probably, I think. Is he going through the SS right now? He can improve through sector 1. 3/10 improvement.
Wow. Wow.
Purple sector 1. This is a great lap so far. Uses all of the track that he needs to. In Deck 2. As qualifying at now ended, Big T didn't make it till the line.
Rapid is down on his lap time by 2 seconds, so I think Rapid is not going to improve.
See. Through Spoon curve, Labadan goes. Using all the track. Hits the apex nicely.
Big T missed the flag.
Yes, he did. So he will not be able to set a better lap.
That's very poor from Big T.
As Labadan is 5/10 up on his lap.
This is a pole lap. If you can just keep it together, he doesn't lose any time. This is pole.
Oh, it's kind of deep though into Casio Triangle. Can he keep it tight and clean through the exit? Oh, he loses those 2/10 through Casio Triangle.
Even with the mistake.
As Kragnar goes P5. Kia goes pole with 27.9.
Whoa, missed that. Great lap.
As the next driver across the line was... Who was that? Completely missed who that was, sadly. Now a ton of people crossing through over the line.
Most people crossing the line have invalidated their laps, unfortunately. Let's see what
After
Curly
two
can
Mercedes
do. As he
boxing.
comes through the last chicane.
Curly, you
Curly, the
said?
reserve. Yep, improves like 4/10, goes P12.
Not bad.
And that is the end of qualifying then. So, Kia coming out of, well, I say nowhere. We always knew he was a threat, but improving by a huge ton in the final run there. And basically everyone messed up the last lap.
Yeah.
Even Labrador to a degree lost 2/10 in the final sector.
Went too deep into the Clash Triangle. As this is now the grid starting the race, we have Kia in P1, then Big T in P2 and Labrador P3. Then we have Ferrari Fan, Rapid, Kragnar, Der Wolf, Andy Ring, Pius, Harvey, Kenyon, Curly, Liam, Keslan, Angel, Rapsog, Eve and Ethan. Rapsog and Ethan not setting lap times this session.
Just grab the race director real quick. So there we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Interesting qualifying. Less than a 10th between P1 and P2. Big T fighting to get his last lap in. And still finishing P2, less than a 10th off. So I think Big T is still my favourite to win this race. We know he has race pace. Kia has sometimes shown that race pace can be maybe over a long stint can be a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Maybe eating through his tyres too much.
As just as in the Twitter chat, so we know why Kia is going to tier 2. We definitely do. He definitely has the pace for tier 2.
The Alpine TP definitely knows what he was doing.
Yeah. Got a, not to be rude to say, but got a big improvement in driver capability. Yes, we're just waiting for the race to start. I'd also like to mention we actually have a new sponsor now in CRF. We're now sponsored by Track Titan as well. So as always, I'll thank the sponsors at the end of the stream, but I just want to point that fact out.
Yep, code CRF1 to get a 30-day free trial rather than a 7-day free trial and 30% off at checkout, I believe.
It's
a special CRF
indeed.
deal. So go check them out if you're looking at any lap time improvement, you don't know where to get it.
And because of that, we also have a new graphic on the bottom left, which added both Mosa, which was delayed, and as we now have found the last light. We have the first light missing. It goes back on, and it lights out, and away we go. Let's see. Kia getting a decent launch.
Speared straight off there. One of the
as
RBs.
Labrador has actually gotten ahead of Big T after launch, as we actually have Rapsog parked on the main straight.
Rapid had a shocking start. He just speared straight into the wall there. Way too many revs, as Big T is basically pushing Labrador.
As Rapsog has been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. What was Rapsog doing? He just didn't get off the line.
Everyone else seems to be away relatively cleanly, apart from Rapid, who's... Let's have a look. Is he carrying wing damage? No, he is not.
Just had a bad start. Kia had a great start. Labrador with an incredible start as well, jumping Big T. And already on the tail of Kia.
Let's have a quick look at tyres here. So the front three all on the mediums, Ferrari Fan on the hards. The next three again on the mediums, then Pius on the hards. Kenyon on the mediums and Harvey on the hards, and that is the top 10. We can go through the rest later.
Yep.
As
Labrador goes for a move on Kia already, down going into 130R. Gets the move done on the main straight. No, it goes side by side. Oh, they make it work. Labrador going into the lead of the race. Actually, have a move, but not quite being done.
Yeah. Kia, though, is going to be right in the back of Labrador here, down to turn 1. Can he take P1 back?
Looks for it, but thinks better of it. But gotta remember, DRS already activated this lap, but we'll have to wait an entire lap before you can use it.
Yep, there's already been a split in the pack there. Curly, Rapid, L Angel, and Keslan seemingly having dropped off the pack by around 2 seconds, so something's gone on over there.
Yeah, as Kia was struggling through the S's this lap.
It is imperative for Ferrari Fan on this lap to stay within DRS range of Big T while this gets his hards up to temperature.
It is indeed, so you can make So you can probably get a better strategy if he stays in DRS with them.
Yeah, it would massively help his race.
As the Labadan has had an incredible lap 1 going from P3 to P1 on the opening lap. Incredible start by him.
Not as good as Ethan though, who's gone up 6 positions on the
Ethan,
opening lap.
great job by the Red Bull driver.
And then a good first lap for Kinnan as well, up 3 positions. Those being our main gainers.
Keenan has shown before he has the pace, but just not really having the consistency of luck. As actually Kragnar goes for a move on Verifan into 130R. Will Verifan make the dive back? No, he doesn't. He stays behind. But this has cost him DRS momentarily. But they're back in. But did they lose it at the section point? Let's see.
Go. I think Kia is going to retake the lead as well. Oh, he's definitely going to retake the lead here.
As like the top 3 have broken the rest of the cars behind already.
And they're not fighting into the braking zone, so that should also reduce the time loss from the overtake.
Can Kragnar get back into the DRS detection zone now?
Ferrari fans lost another position there as well. He's down behind Wolf.
He's struggling on those hards, it seems. Obviously, they're not heating up as fast and doesn't have the same amount of grip. But you would hope that he can get up to temperature pretty soon.
Yeah. Even with his times up temperature, they're not going to have the raw pace for these mediums for at least a couple of laps yet.
Actually, Kragnar's going back into the DRS. No, he's out of it again.
Say, yeah. It's hovering around. DRS on this track, obviously not the most important place. It's a relatively short DRS straight, where you run not the highest wing anyway.
But it still is quite important because in every track, DRS is super OP in this game.
How much delta-wise do you reckon DRS is worth on this track?
Ooh, probably maybe 3-4 tenths. I would say about 3 tenths, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to keep in your pocket, obviously with no dirty air in this game.
Yeah.
There's no harm running in dirty air.
Not a lot anyway. There's always a little bit. They have a little, but they tone it down from real life to make it more fun for the common player. As Kia says to him, but will Labadan go for a move? He's getting.
Yes,
he has the overspeed. He's going to move on the outside. Oh, he can't make it work.
He backs out. Didn't fancy around the outside. Understandable.
As Kia's gone off. As Big T goes a move on Kia as well. And there's a bit of contact. Kia's off the track.
Again. Now it's a rejoin safely, which he's done.
Can he stick within DRS? No, he's lost DRS to Labadan and Big T.
I missed where he went off, but I assume being side by side with Labadan,
he went deep into turn 2 and went off there, and then when Big T was going side by side with him, he went off again.
Well, he's kept DRS range for the time being, or just about, as I say, he loses it. So let's see if he has the pace to stick with these front 2. Might have to burn a little VRS to do so. But what that Hunt's done though is just put Kragnar back into DRS of the front runners, or at least given him a chance. As the Wolf has fallen down a position being overtaken by Ferrari fan 97.
Yeah.
Further back in the pack, looks relatively stable. Rapid has caught up to like a Liam Watt for P12 for that battle.
Rapid wanted to make up for his horrendous start. We have El Angel getting ahead of Kessler in the back. Now can Kia get back in DRS? I don't think he got it. I think he lost DRS this lap as well. Let's see, does his rear wing open? No, it does not. Kia is out of DRS.
As Big T goes for the move.
And goes for inside and keeps it. Great simple move by Big T. But has this given Kia the DRS again? No, not quite. He is hovering. He can taste the DRS, but just not able to touch it. As he messes up the S's again, trying to push a bit too hard, I think. Actually, no, he's gaining on both the cars ahead through the S's. Seemingly having more downforce.
Ferrari fan has been way overtaken by double, so a good single battle going on there for P5.
Yeah.
Which has cost them DRS to P4.
Yeah, Kragnar also within DRS of the top 3 again. This is going to be a great battle this race, I feel. As Big T just wanted to... He's not really worried about fighting too hard to power because it's so early in the race.
Yeah, the best thing to do for these front 2 is DRS share, person in front burn the ERS, let the guy behind go past, save your ERS. Just work at building a gap, see if you can break that DRS. Once you do, it's very hard for the driver in front, for behind to get back in.
Yes.
Basically impossible with that 3/4 advantage you get. As low it down, it's basically pushing Big T through.
Big T actually
final
goes
sector.
deep into Casio Triangle, giving Labradan the better run out the corner. But he won't really need the benefit of the better run, as he just gets so much boost from the DRS. As actually
But
Kia is
Kragnar-
defending against Kragnar in the background. They're gonna go side by side into turn 1. And still side by side into turn 2, but Kragnar actually makes the move stick, I think. No,
Oh,
still.
does he?
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he has.
Oh,
What
but
a
Kia
move.
taps Kragnar a little bit, but I don't think anything bad happened from it.
I want to give some props to Kragnar there. That was a beautiful move around the outside of turn 1.
Kragnar showing
Then he
great
hit-
pace around Suzuka.
I remember him showing pace last season as well.
Yeah.
Definitely a driver who, on his day, can fight for wins.
Now I need to try and catch back up to the top 2, which I don't think it's quite possible with them working together so nicely. They know they need to get away from the others to be able to have a better chance for the win. They both know that they aren't going to get away from each other, but they at least want to get away from everybody else.
Yeah, I think the front 2 are now in a battle for the win. Without a safety car, I don't see anyone catching them.
Ooh, Blackman going a bit wide. I'm getting a warning there. He wants to avoid those. Kind of easy to get them through Spoon Curve because it just carries so much speed. And it's quite a tight corner as well. I think their Wolf might be catching slightly, as we actually have Ethan going for a move on Kenyon into 130R. Great move by him, I think. As let's see, I think Big T is too far behind. We'll move into turn 1. Yes, he is. Let's see, can I confirm my 3/10 improvement? Yes, he gained about 3/10 down that main straight. US is about worth 3/10 a lap this back.
What lap do you reckon we'll start to see the first pit stops being made by the... Whoa, was Kian all in the back of Kragnar there? More contacts. Now he's trying to go outside of them. Oh my... Yo, this battle was insane.
I sadly missed it.
Wow, Kian went on the outside of turn 4. Unfortunately, he did kind of push the pass on Kragnar, so
Will that
I'd
be
be too surprised to see a steward incident for that one.
Yeah, me neither then.
The move itself was lovely, just unfortunately the way he opened himself up to the move was...
As this has actually put their Wolf back into the fringes of DRS.
But sorry, just before that happened, I was just asking, what lap do you reckon we'll see the first of the medium runners boxing?
I would say probably maybe lap 9, 10 I would expect.
Alright, and is that going to be people going for the undercar, or is that just when the pit window opens?
I would say that's probably when the pin was. I actually have an L Angel is off at the hairpin.
But he's going again, so no need for a VSC or safety car at this
And
point.
no damage either. So you can just keep going. And now, Big T right behind Labradan going down the main straight, especially if Andy Ring overtaking Kenyon back as well. But let's look at this. Does Big T go for moving to turn 1? I think he thinks better of it. Slightly
Meanwhile,
brakes.
Kragnar is going to re-overtake Kian, or not. No, it's contact again! And Kragnar does make...
As Kia actually goes for the
or-
inside again. It goes side by side. Kia gets through a wall, but he's sliding through the S's. Like this
Wow.
is Tokyo Drift.
Wow, Kia is clearly not thinking of the win here, and he's more focused on holding on to P3.
As now, wait,
as
we have
now,
Ferrari fan looked
the
for a
halves.
move, but couldn't quite make it happen.
Will Ferrari fan be on better tyres than these medium runners yet, or is it going to be?
I would say
assume it'll be
he's
roughly
probably-
the crossover.
I would say it's probably slightly better tires now at this point. I think we got in the crossover like lap
Oh, yeah.
7.
Look at the traction he got
Yeah.
out of that corner. Yeah.
He's on the better tires now. Let's see if he can make use of those tires.
Unfortunately, Ferrari fan has very little battery at his disposal. That's not stopping him from having a clear pace advantage on Kragnar.
Maybe the slipstream can help him a good bit. I just have a L Angel
Al
crashing
Angel
again in
again.
Degna 2.
And he's still got all his front wing, so...
As Kesslin has 3 seconds of penalty now. From extending the track too many times.
Yeah,
Let's
the front
see.
two now have a 4-second gap over the rest of the field.
Big T going for a move on the inside, and Labadan doesn't make it easy, but he does let him by eventually.
Yep, Kia able to stay ahead of Kragnar and ahead of Ferrofan in the battle for P3. Our last podium position is, yeah, the battle for P3 has gone from a battle between purely Kia and Kragnar to now between Kia, Kragnar, Ferrofan, Derwolf, and Ethan.
Even being back in after his not so great qualifying, showing his incredible race pace.
And again, he's another one on those hards, which are clearly... Look at Ferrofan here. Going for a move on... Oh, he backs out of it. Didn't fancy the outside at Degner 1. Yeah,
Moving a move into Degnos is daring and risky.
These medium runners seem to have really dropped off pace-wise. Apart from maybe Kia, who's...
Look at the traction Ferrari fan gets, but just not quite enough. He went for the switch to route, but couldn't quite make it work. But I think he will probably get Kragnar. This lap is actually Kragnar has lost Kia.
Yeah, there was a little bit of fighting going on there between Ferrari fan and Kragnar. I think that just allowed Kia to open up the gap. As
now Ferrari fan goes for the move. No, he doesn't.
Straight line speed.
But he has the DRS while Kragnar doesn't anymore, so I think he'll probably get in the main straight.
He has none of the ERS, which I think is costing him here. He needs to focus on recharging his battery. This is some of that racecraft, that experience which Kragnar, Labrock Dan, Big T
swap for the lead again. As Ferrari now goes for the move on Kragnar. Nice and easy as Ethan actually also goes for a move on their Wolf in the background, I think. He goes for the inside, they go side by side. The hard speed in way better tie now, quite clearly, as he makes the move stick quite easily.
Yeah, both the hard runners making a position there. I think this lap will see the first of the medium runners boxing.
Yes, I do think so as well.
I think we'll see Kragnar and maybe Wolf in, because they're in this train here and they could really benefit from an undercut. I wouldn't be surprised to see Labrock Dan and Big T stay out for a couple more laps. Might as well extend the stint here, hope for a safety car.
Big T almost going into the rear of Labrock Dan, but keeping it safe.
It's very hard to say which of these two drivers at the front here has more pace. It seems whoever's behind is the faster driver.
Yeah. As we now have a Mercedes off. And it is Kenyon, and he's missing his left end plate.
Could he have gotten to the back of someone in the hairpin here? Hard to tell.
Yeah, we kind of have to have a replay of it, but we don't have that function in this game, sadly. Actually, Ferrari fan catching nicely up to Kia again.
Yeah, these hards, clearly the better tyre at this point in the race.
Let's see, do any of the leaders box? No, they don't.
I'd be expecting to see Kragnar box, go for an undercut if he thinks the hards can make it.
Kia doesn't, Kragnar doesn't, they all stay out.
Wow, I'm surprised no one opting for the undercut at this point. Obviously, either people waiting for a safety car, as Ethan makes a move on Kragnar. And looked like he might have gone for one on Ferrari fan, but
not quite.
Against that.
As we always have Kenyon boxing because of his damage.
Yeah, so he will be the first driver off the mediums. Obviously, a forced pit stop though, rather than a strategic one.
Yep, I don't think he'll lose too much from the probably earlier pit stop than these guys are going for. It's a hard to last an age in this game.
It does depend a bit on the track. You have some tracks like Bahrain where the hards do wear significantly, but
as Angel gets 10 seconds to be in the pit lane.
That's unfortunate. That kind of sums up how his day's gone so far.
Yes, it does.
Ferrari fan has now got himself back into DRS range of Kia up front.
The hards being an incredible tire, quite clearly. Like, just getting faster and faster every single lap compared to the mediums.
Yeah, Ferrari fan had a couple of laps of pain at the start. He lost a couple of positions. I think he was behind Kragnar and Derwolf at one point, but he's now back ahead of them, back in track position. And with the fastest tyres still to go.
He is clear within DRS now. Especially with Labrock Dan boxing.
And Big T does not. Interesting.
See, does Kia box? No. Does anybody else box?
None of the cars behind are boxing. This puts Labrat Dan in a very vulnerable position if there's a safety car.
Ooh, as
He
Big
will
T actually goes
lose-
wide into turn 1 and 2. That will not
Lab-
help him in trying to have the overcut work.
As we see, Kia and Ferrari fan side by side for turn 1, but Ferrari fan now unable to find their way through. Big T maybe feeling a bit lonely now he's lost his partner in crime up at the front.
Yeah.
That mistake, though, could have huge ramifications for this race, because he's lost about a second there.
Yeah, about a
with that
second to the cars
mistake,
behind.
and then the dirty tyres he had for the following corners. That could have him out of the DRS to Labrat Dan when he boxes, I assume, in 1 lap's time.
Could we
And
see
could
him?
give Labrat Dan the win.
Could we see
That
a dive
mistake
bomb from
would be
Ferrari
crucial.
fan here into hairpin? No, he thinks better of it. As Ethan almost going into the rear of Ferrari fan instead.
Yeah, Kia is really holding up these 2 cars in front. That's right behind.
Yeah. But will he box this lap? That is the question. I would expect that Big T would box at least just to cover off Labrat Dan.
Big T has to box the cover of Labrat Dan and hope he doesn't lose.
Labrat Dan had some
DRS.
traffic with Liam, I think. Could that have cost him a little bit of time? He's
Let's
actually
see.
quite far behind.
Is Big T box this lap?
Yes, he does.
He is. Does Kia box this lap?
Big T gets beaten in pit lane!
Seconds.
As
Kia
Kia
has to
doesn't
stay
box and Ferrari fan goes for the provisional lead of the race.
As Ethan also looks to go to the inside of Kia. Oh, and gets all over the curb. Lost the rear, but gathered it together. Ethan there. Good save from the Red Bull driver. Wow. Oh, so we have a yellow flag here. And it's Curly is off.
As actually Big T is right behind Labrat Dan, but with his penalty.
Labrat Dan then must have struggled with tyre warm-up, as he's now ended up behind Liam, when he was ahead of him at one point.
Yeah, he was.
On the previous lap. So, Big T with this 10-second time penalty can't win this race now. But can he still finish P2? Or will Labrat Dan focus on backing him up?
Yeah.
If Labrat Dan's thinking about the championship, that is.
I mean, I would say he's got to be thinking about, even after last race where he had a shocker because of the bad luck on the start, you'll have to think about the championship already. He knows he has to pace for it. As Big T goes for a move!
He doesn't need to risk it. He needs to keep his head. He's got a 10-second time penalty. He's doing what I did in Monza last season. He's losing his head. He needs to stay calm. Labrat Dan goes for a move on the outside of Spoon. And Liam does a good job of not fighting that too hard, knowing that that's not his race.
As there would still be ahead.
So Kragner has pit from that group behind.
As Kia now
we now have
boxes,
Kia
and so does
and
their
Wolf
Wolf.
pitting. Let's see if Kragner's undercut pays off. I think it will, because those mediums look very poor.
Just now look at how big the undercut is for Big T and their Wolf, and Labrat Dan, I mean, ahead of the other drivers.
I don't think that's the undercut as much as it's raw pace for those two, but I'm going to see where Kragner comes out. He's coming out ahead of both of them. He was behind Kian when he pit, and if Andy Ring wasn't there, he would have broken DRS.
Yes.
So if Andy Ring actually has come forwards a long way with the undercut. Sorry, he's gone past Wolf and Kia through that pit stop phase.
Yeah, he does. Andy Ring getting a great undercut. It's now Kragner will be as 7 seconds behind the top 2. Now Big T will be hoping to just extend the lead so he can at least still get P2 in this race.
I want to give a shout out here to Rapid, who has managed to get himself in the fight for the provisional lead, which is the fight for the podium. After a horrible start, he's now in DRS of Ethan and Ferrari fan.
Yeah.
I think he could have definitely been up here with Big T and Labrat Dan for the win if he hadn't had that unfortunate start.
Yep.
Sorry for that, bud.
Actually, Ferrari fan boxes very early.
Yeah, it's going to be a long... to be fair, some drivers did 12 laps on those mediums.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
So
this is possible.
He doesn't want to lose the train, I assume. But he may have already been undercut. Let's find out.
The way filters out to compared to Kragner. He'll come out ahead of him, I think, actually. Yeah, he will.
Oh, you sure?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he does. Wow.
It's
Okay.
actually, Andy Ring goes for a move on
Wow.
crack 9 to turn 1. Goes
Oh,
wide
he's
and
off track.
spins!
Oh
But he
no!
saves it. And stays ahead of their wolf.
But he may have just added 5-10% wear onto those tires of that. That was a yeah, that was a moment and a half there for Andy Ring.
It really was.
As I want to shout out Ferrari fan here. He's managed to gap those cars that were in the train with him by 2 seconds by overcutting, which is normally not the way to go in this game.
And now he's on the
By-
fresher tires.
So
And
he can now
softer tires.
he can now just pull away from those cars behind him on these fresh tires and hopefully stay within 10 seconds of Big T, and then he's looking at P2.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ethan and Rapid yet to pit. They might see where Ferrari fans come out and decides now it's time to box for them as well.
See, Ethan does, Rapid does not.
Interesting. Let's see, did Ethan pit one lap too late? Or will he come out with Ferrari fan? This is an interesting game of strategy, this race.
It really is. As Ferrari fan goes into Casio Triangle now. Out the final corner. Down
So
the main straight.
The front two go past Ethan. But
I think,
he's going to come out ahead of Ferrari fan, is he?
yes, but only slightly.
Wow, the overcut proving the way to go.
The hard on the first stint being good, but Ferrari fan will have to warmer tires now, so he'll have to better pace for a little bit. But he can't really make use of it in this section, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, the overcut, not what I would have expected. And the undercut, not like it didn't work. People like Andy Ring managing to gain 3 positions basically out of the undercut.
Yeah. Actually,
But Ferrari fan gaining so much lap time with it. I don't know if maybe this other group got held up with fighting too much or something there, but yeah.
now it's looking great for...
Ferrari fan now looking to make a move on Ethan. Couldn't quite get it done at the hairpin. But he's looking much better on those warmer tyres.
Big T right behind Andy Ring within 2/10. Will he go for moving to 130R?
How about Dan, that is?
On Labadan, yeah. He goes for the move on Labadan. And he backs out.
Oh, he
But
hit
actually-
the curb on the inside there and nearly bottomed out. That could have been a terrifying crash.
Now Rabbit and Pius both box. Now where will they come out with
This
in terms of-
leaves Harvey and Curly's the 2 drivers yet to box. Harvey takes a provisional race lead.
Ferrari fans in fast lap of the race? As goes from move on, even though he doesn't.
Big T retakes the lead from Labrat Dan, but that's just more DRS sharing.
But the P4 and P5 of Ethan and Ferrari fan catching rapidly with these
Yeah.
softer tires.
Rapid has come out 2 seconds behind Ethan and Ferrari fan on 2 lap fresh tyres. But still 3 seconds ahead of Andy Ring on those hards. So I think the hard medium strategy seeming to be the way to go.
It just seems to be a great strategy so far. As the hards, they last so long on this track.
It
Clearly.
just seems the people putting the hards on weren't able to fire them up in those opening 2 to 3 laps. They weren't getting the lap time out of them that even the guys on the old hards were getting out of them. Obviously, we don't know what the track temperature is like here. It doesn't look like a particularly overcast day. No hints of rain or anything.
It
but,
looks quite sunny. Let's see, no clouds basically. No, it's kind of foggy in the sky.
As Ethan now setting the fastest middle sector
Kind
of the
of
race.
ashy cloud cover, so it's good temperature. So actually, we have El Angel spinning in the sector 1. Not a good day for him. As Ethan says fast lap of the race.
I'll tell you what, Ethan and Ferrari fan are not out of the question here for the race win. They have closed the gap by 3 seconds to the 2 ahead of them.
Look at the
This-
2/10 in turn 1, 2.
This could be a 4-way battle for the lead.
As now El Angel has crashed into hairpin
El
again.
Angel has gone off into the barrier at the hairpin.
but he keeps going. No VSC or safety car.
Yeah. He is down at some wing though.
You'll definitely have to box this. Ooh, even going a bit wide.
Look at the rate that Ethan and Frofan are catching.
They are
Big T
being
and
held
Labadan.
up by Harvey a lot. Now that's the thing.
But they've only just come up recently though.
Yeah.
But as it stands, Big T, that 10-second time penalty, which is now a 10-second time penalty rather than a 5-second time penalty, will cost him multiple positions. Dropping down to P7, I think, at the moment.
Look at
Possibly
Harvey
P8.
just holding them up because of his older tires.
I think Harvey at this point is just hoping for a safety car or something. As Dan gets pushed onto the grass by Big T as he looks for a way pass on the outside.
Actually, still down the straight. As now we have
Keslan
Keslan.
is off as well.
No, that is Liam, I think. It is
You're correct,
Liam,
it's
yeah.
Liam,
As now Harvey boxes.
Liam normally not a poor driver.
As look at this, Ethan and Farhan right behind the top two now, with Rapid right behind them.
This race really looked like it was a two-horse race. These two on the mediums, but wow, yeah, the pace difference between the hards and the mediums kind of showing now when you saw. Yeah, this
1/10
just
there.
being eroded. Now, will Ethan and Ferrari find a Rapids mediums? Will they hold off until the end of the race? We saw at the end, though, the mediums fall off around the crossover. Looked like it was around lap 9, lap 10. For Ferrari fan, that means his tires will fall off around lap 25
now yellow
or so.
flags in turn 1.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Curly went off, I think.
But yeah, I think we'll see all of these medium runners come through on the hard runners, then their tires will fall off, then the hard runners will come back at them. So I think we have a lot of action still to go.
As
in
now
this race.
Ethan is within DRS of the top 2.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was just talking about. This is going to happen. There's going to be a change to the lead, and then I think there'll be a change to the lead back come the end of the race as the mediums fall off. This is a fascinating strategic race.
It's actually Big T twitching on the grass right there for a second, as even as Pearl take the 2 as well. Even
As
really
Big
pushing.
T and
doing
Labadan
swap positions.
positions.
It goes side by side to catch a triangle. As
Labadan
now
is out of where he'd like to be in. Oh,
Ethan.
okay, here we go. Ethan.
Going for a move on
He
Big
comes
T.
straight through on Big
Big T was one not getting DRS in that situation, actually.
There we go. Ethan now, after a very poor qualifying, up to P2 and right on the back of Labadan for the win. I did not see this coming 10 laps ago.
Me neither, but again, also with you weren't there for last race, he had great pace battling with Big T the entire race for the lead, basically.
And Kia, who was on pole, has dropped down to P6 and is 6 seconds off P5. So him and Wolf and Kragner, 3 drivers who looked like they were in the battle for the podium, have now really fallen off on these hards. Fascinating race.
Truly.
Drinks.
As it has swapped to the top 4, the train they formed is just a beautiful sight. Now I think we'll have another swap for the lead this lap. Well, next lap, probably. Unless that even actually goes for down into 140, as now we have another yellow flag, which
More
is
yellow flags. Angel again. Yep.
Let's see, Ethan holding back into 140. Don't want to make the move here, losing time.
This is what we want to see from the F1 game. We want the strategy mean something. We don't want it to be a medium hard every race. You know, we want the ties to mean something, and this is beautiful.
As now we'll definitely have a change for lead with Ethan getting an easy overtake on Labadan.
Yep, Ferrari fans seeming to have a little bit less pace at this point in the race than Ethan on the 1 up older mediums.
Yep. Now can Ethan pull away? As now we have El Angel off again.
As long as he keeps out of the barrier.
Almost a lap down by everybody, sadly.
He has a lap down to everyone apart from Keslan at this point.
Yes. Big T right up the rear of Labadan. Almost pushing him through some of the corners, it seems. And right up the rear of Big T. Ooh, they all got a bit deep into the entry, I think, but get nice rotation. Still, As Curly now is boxed for softs, going for the fastest lap. 6 laps on softs, he'll probably need fresh tires to be able to make that much without having really bad grip at the end. Big T getting 3 seconds!
Okay, I think Big T can be written out of this fight for the
Yes.
podium at this point now. He's looking at 13 seconds of time penalties, which drop him down to drop him down to around the edge of the points.
Yeah, it will. Let's just
As things
quickly
stand.
go to the leader interval. Is Big T half a second off? He'll be on the edge of the points, yeah.
That's a shame for Big T, because his pace has been
As now,
on par with everyone else.
we actually have
Fight for the win.
Drive maybe looking for a move on Big T. Doesn't have the straight line speed though.
Ferrari fan, I've not been impressed with his ERS management skills. It means he's struggling to make these moves because he's just not charging. He's not going down to medium for a lap here, just to get that 50-60% ERS he needs to make an overtake of someone else with DRS.
The even stayed
Once
ahead
again, that's
of
like
Labadan. Now wait, Drive dropping back quite a bit through the S's actually. It was there a mistake there, as I have
desynced.
I have DC'd.
Yep. I am still in session. I will continue to commentate while you rejoin.
I'm sorry to everybody in the chat right now. I'll have to quickly get back in.
Meanwhile, I'll try and explain what's
Can
going on.
I get an invite, please?
Yes. I will see if I can.
I guess my internet just had a bit of a dip.
There's your invite. Anyway, Ethan has been re-overtaken by Labadan for first position.
Mike, I don't know what happened.
On the way
Actually,
down.
my invite from you didn't work. Can I get another one,
Another
please?
Yes, I do another one.
Yes, I disconnected. Yeah, that is correct. I don't know why it happened, but...
Unfortunate. So, the order currently is Ethan, Labadan, Big T, Ferrari fan. Ferrari fan has dropped off the back of the front three. His tyres, the oldest of the medium runners, maybe starting to fall off. And Rapid is now all over the back of Ferrari fan for P4. Kia is now 9.3 seconds back from P5 and P6. So the medium hard strategy clearly not the way to go in this race.
So I'm now back in.
Perfect. This reminds me a lot of Zandvoort in Tier 2, where most drivers went with the medium hard strategy when it turned out the medium soft strategy was easily the way to go.
Yeah. So let's see.
As the Ferrari fan has now...
Yeah, Wolf getting 3 seconds.
That shouldn't cost him too much, as he's currently in a little bit of no man's land.
Yeah. As long as he
P10.
doesn't lose a second to Harvey behind, it'll be good for him. And he seems to have this overall better pace over Harvey.
I want to commend his drivers at this point in the race for keeping everything clean. Seen a couple of instances might go to stewards, but no race-ending collisions or horrible dive bombs or anything like that. As Rapid makes his way past Ferrari fan up into P4. I think Ferrari fan's
struggling
tyres,
a little bit.
Yeah, Ferrari fan's tyres starting to struggle at this point in the race. So 8-9 laps, which is how it stands on now. That was about where we saw the crossover. Maybe something happening again. But Ferrari fan coming back at Rapid. Go from over on the outside of turn 1.
Ooh, bit of contact, bit of wheel banging.
Though.
Actually, still side by side, but Ferrari fan backs out. Which is quite smart, I think.
I think that's all fine, all
Yeah.
fair racing. Sometimes you're allowed to get your elbows out.
Yep. Wheel banging is completely fine in my eyes. The even is defending quite nicely.
Just don't do it the way Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez did it at Baku.
Yeah, that is not the ideal way to do it. That's open loppy moment right there. And now, I think even saving his battery quite smartly so he doesn't lose too much time to the DRS on the main straight, I think. But when will his tires drop off compared to the hards? I would assume they do at some point.
Oh, Ethan hit that curb a little bit awkwardly through there.
Yeah.
Spoon, but...
Still 4/10 gap. Actually, we have...
Oh,
Kenyon is off in Degna 2.
Oh, both the Mercedes off,
Both
actually.
Mercedes off. Did the
Kenyon
Mercedes
is now-
collide?
Kinian has lost his entire front wing, and
Harvey has lost
a significant amount of his left side. So I think the two Mercedes have come together there.
That is not what you want as teammates.
Luckily, there is no TP in Tier 3 to shout at them.
Now let's see. Can even staying ahead down the DRS straight again. Only losing a tenth to 2/10.
The battle for the win here, looking like it's between Ethan and Labrat Dan. Labrat Dan with probably the better tyres. Either this lap or next lap, as we see more yellow flags.
Oh, and that's one of the...
It's one of the Mercedes again, I think.
No, it's...
No, it's not. Who is
it? Oh, it's lap car. I think it's El Angel.
Oh, okay.
It is in El Angel indeed. As
Sorry
Harvey
for not keeping up with the battle further back, because the lead battle is so engaging. But Andy Ring has got past Kia for P6, Kragno is P8, a little bit off. Pias right on his tail. I know that Pias and Kragno have been together for a couple of laps at this point.
Yep.
Fighting over P8.
Even
as
now,
both the Mercedes are now in the pits.
To fix their heavy damage.
Yes, and probably take fastest lap from whoever currently holds it.
That would currently be our Grand Prix, our current leader, Ethan.
Wow. By a margin as well. 3 times.
Yeah. I see. Ooh, Labadan is right behind Ethan this time.
Yeah, and Big T has come back at them as well.
But Ethan gets a better exit. No, he doesn't actually. He gets better entry into the classification, but he gets a worse exit. There's definitely a change for the lead, I think. Unless Ethan has
not burning. Labradan happy to stay behind on this lap.
He'll probably
Next lap is where we'll see the overtake, I believe.
But can Ethan just save enough battery as he's currently harvesting a lot? As Rapid gets 3 seconds of penalties.
Wow, okay, so that drops him out of the... Okay, this makes it a 2-horse race for the win now. Ethan and Labradan.
Actually, Rapid had already dropped out DRS from them. But yeah, this is between Ethan and Labradan for the win.
Yep, Ferrari fan looking at a P3 as things stand. Due to time penalties for the 2 cars in front of him.
With yellow flags, and that is El Angel again.
As gaps have opened up across the field, Big T, rather than looking at a P10 finish currently, is now looking at a P6 finish, which is just showing the pace that the top 5 have compared to everyone else at this point in the race. It's impressive how Labradan and Big T have been able to keep with these medium runners when you see how much the other hard runners have fallen off.
Also, I'm thinking about the mediums. They gotta be dropping off now, I would imagine. And so Evan's defending is honestly quite immaculate. You have El Angel off again. As Curly gets 3 seconds.
Too late for any safety cars at this point in the race, so no need to worry about those for the drivers as we come through through the penultimate lap to start the final lap.
Not the best exit for Ethan. I think Labradan will have an easy run to P1. Will he though? As I think Ethan's using good bit of battery. No, easy enough for Labradan. Oh no, they collide! But they keep it clean, they keep it on track.
Oh!
Ooh, even tapping Labradan a little bit.
I'm glad that didn't end in tears, because that very nearly did.
That was too close for comfort for some people, I would imagine.
Labradan and Ethan both hopefully seen 2 of you got away without damage. Now, Labradan just has to hold on. 2 more sectors and he will win.
But has Ethan saved enough battery to defend to be able to attack the rest of the lap?
Ferrari fan needs to keep within 3 seconds of rapid for P3.
I think he can do that quite easily. He shouldn't be able to lose a second in the final half of the race.
Ethan has a lot more battery than Labradan, so he could come back at him here into the final chicane.
Could this be
race is still not over.
Could this be a final real corner move for the win in this race?
It looked like a good exit from Ethan there. And I imagine he'll be dumping. Yeah, he's dumping his battery. So's Dan.
But Dan is flashing.
He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it.
On the inside of 130R. And he makes the move on the inside of 130R.
Is Dan gonna send it back?
No, he doesn't. No. As Keenan has fastest lap. But Ethan takes the lead through 130R. And Ethan is going to be a Japanese Grand Prix winner. With Labradan getting P2 and this Ferrari fan getting P3.
And our pole sitter, Kia, all the way down in P6. Or is it P6? Oh, Andy rings off. Andy rings off. He was forced off. Can he reverse across the line in time?
No, he
No.
loses so many positions because of that.
Oh, I think we'll see a penalty there for Kia. They look like he forced. He did what Charles Leclerc did to Sergio Perez in 2023.
Yeah, but
Forced him
Ethan,
off.
with a great comeback drive.
The Wolf takes the final point. P10. What a race that was. Really, really enjoyable race to watch. Probably an incredibly enjoyable race to drive. That looked amazing.
Only have one driver not finishing. That's the guy DSQing off the line for not starting the race even.
I want to give my driver of the day to Rapid F1 though. Came from, well, qualified well, had a horrendous start, dropped to last after lap 1, came all the way through to P4 within 3/10 of the podium, and would have had the podium if it wasn't for a 3-second time penalty. Very impressive.
As we can actually see Andy Ring's car just stayed backwards on the track right now. At the start line. What a fight for the lead this entire race has had.
Wow. At one point, it, like Labrat Dan and Big T had it in the bag. Then it, like, the two medium runners were going to easily run away with it. Then the medium started to fall off, and wow, we saw a last corner battle for the win.
As
Sensational.
the game gives Ethan birthday, and based on where he started his race, I will have to give it to him as well, I think. Look at that podium. Red Bull, Alpine, and Kick Sauber. Not something you see in real life.
Yeah, imagine a Red Bull one first.
Imagine.
Yeah, 17th to 1st. Wow. And let's just grab the race director as well while I go through the top 10.
Yep.
So, Ethan with an amazing run from P17 to P1, followed by Labrat Dan in P2, Ferrari Fan in P3, Rapid P4, Big T P5, Kian, our pole sitter, falls all the way down to P6, Kragnar P7, Pias P8, Andy Ring takes P9 after a last corner mishap, Derwolf P10, Curly P11, first driver without points, Keslan P12, Harvey P13 after contact with his teammate. I think they're already outside the points at the time of the contact though. Liam Watt takes P14, Kinian takes P15 but also fastest lap. L Angel takes P16 and Rab Zog takes P17 after DNFing after failing to get off the line.
Yeah. I want to know what happened to him, to be honest, at the line. A great race. Great race for even P17 to P1.
Yeah, impressive. Last to first. I think there may be some tier 2 team principals having a look at Ethan after that race.
I would assume so. Great drive from him. Great drive from all top 5, basically.
There's a couple of tier 2 drivers which are already looking over the shoulder, so
yep.
It'll be interesting to see.
As
Obviously,
now,
me on 0 points after 2 races. Maybe I'll lose my seat to him.
I don't think so, but yeah, anything can happen. It's always been 2 people leaving tier 1 and tier 2, so anything can happen in the driver's market, I think.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, I would quickly like to thank our sponsors before we end the stream, and also go through the parallelograms at the bottom of below our stream after this. But thank you to our sponsors being Dobby, Rogue Energy, 3D Wrap, NordVPN, Fiverr, Sidex, Pigdame Prince, Daily, Motor Racing, and our newest sponsor being Track Titan. Thank you all. We couldn't do this without you. And then if you want to support us, head down below our stream where you'll see 4 parallelograms, one being our donations page. I mentioned that first because that's the first one, where you can donate to us. We don't force you to it, but we always enjoy donations. It's always a good way to show appreciation for what we do. Then you can also join our CRF3 Discord, where we do all kinds of ACC racing. And to join that, you also need to you can use the next parallelogram as well, being our ACC Sim Grid, where you can sign up for all of our events. But if you do want to join our F1 part instead, the green parallelogram will bring you directly to our F1 Discord if you want to join that. But yeah, that is the end of this race, sadly. Any final words, Lavelle?
I just want to say that was a fantastic race to commentate. Honestly, one of the best I've ever watched. It was sensational. Well done to all the drivers.
Japan tends to bring good races when drivers know how to drive.
2-1.
But yeah, at the end, I would like to thank all of our beautiful viewers for watching this. We actually had up to 17 people, I think, during the stream, so thanks you to all of those. And I would like to then say, yeah, that's been the end, and I will see you at the next race, being Canada, in 1 week's time. Bye bye.